Hey everyone! This is the first time I'm speaking to you guys in front of the camera, so here I am. My name is Asif and I'm the other half of Velo City, and you might have seen me in some of our electric covers and also the Shirohae cover. And yeah, this is the first time I'm doing a tutorial and I've been really wanting to do it for you guys. It's my first one, like I said, and so hopefully you guys will go easy on me. Oh, and by the way, be sure to check out the cover for Shirohae so you can get a gist of how the song goes. And yeah, let's move on to the song. So the song's in standard tuning, and that's EADGBE. It's a pretty simple song, so you guys will get it with a few days of practice. Alright, let's move on to the song. So the first bar is... It's a pretty simple bar. That is open A, 2 on the D, 3 on the B, 2 on the D, 1 on the B. Okay, next bar is... It's pretty similar, so that's open A, 2 on the D, open B, 2 on the D, 1 on the B. Alright, next bar. Okay, so that is open A and open G together with a hammer onto 2 on the G, 2 on the D, 2 on the G, 1 on the B, open A and 3 on the B, 2 on the D, 2 on the G, 3 on the B with a slide to 5 on the B, Alright, sweet. So the next bar, you're moving to an F chord position. Okay, so that's the F chord position is your first finger on the first fret of the low E, your third finger on the third fret of the A, your pinky on the third fret of the D, and your second finger on the second fret of the G. So that is 1 on the low E and 2 on the G together, 3 on the A, 3 on the D, 3 on the A again, 2 on the D, 3 on the A, open D and open G, okay, first line's done, so far we have okay, next line, next bar. Okay, so use your third finger for the third fret, so that's 3 on the low E and open G with a hammer onto 2 on the G, 2 on the A, open D, 1 on the B, 3 on the low E and 3 on the B, open D, open G, 1 on the high E with the hammer onto 3 on the high E, okay, nice. So the next bar is okay, so use your second finger for the third fret. That is 3 on the A and open high E, 2 on the D, open G, 3 on the B, 3 on the A and open high E, open G, open high E, 3 on the high E. Okay, so this bar is okay, next bar is okay, so for this one you want to bar over the third fret from D to the high E. So that's 3 on the D and 3 on the high E, with a hammer on to 5 on the high E. I use my third finger for that, but you can use a pinky for the hammer on if you find that easier. Then it's 5 on the D, on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the G again, 3 on the B, 3 on the high E, open high E. So that is let me just play that again. Alright, sweet. Next bar. Okay, so you want to use your pinky for the 3rd fret, and that's also for the slide. That is open A and 3 on the B with a slide to 5 on the B, 2 on the D, 3 on the B, 2 on the D again, 5 on the G. Okay, so far we have alright, sweet. Next line, next bar. Okay, so that's 1 on the low E and open B with a hammer onto 3 on the B, 3 on the G, on the D, sorry, 2 on the G, open high E, 3 on the low E and open B, open D, open G, 1 on the B, okay, next bar is okay, so for this bar you're back in that F chord position that we said earlier, so that's your first finger, first fret on the low E, second finger, sorry, third finger, third fret of the A, pinky, third fret of the D, and your second finger, second fret of the G. So that's 1 on the low E, 2 on the G, 3 on the A, 2 on the G, 3 on the D, 1 on the B, 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 3 on the D again. Okay, nice. Next bar is you're in the same position for this, so it makes it a bit easier. So that's 1 on the low E, 3 on the A, 2 on the G, 3 on the D, 1 on the B. Alright guys, with that bar we've pretty much finished the first section of the song. So the next bar goes on to the next section, where it pretty much sounds a bit different. So that is okay, so use your first finger for the 3rd fret. So that is open A and 3 on the B with a slide to 5 on the B, 7 on the D, 5 on the G, 7 on the D again, open A and 8 on the high E, use your pinky for that, 5 on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the G. Okay, so for the whole line we have okay, nice. Next line, next bar. Okay, so that's open low E and 5 on the high E with the hammer on to 7 on the high E. Open G, 5 on the high E, open G again, open low E and 3 on the high E, open G, open B, open G again. Okay, next bar is okay, so that is 3 on the D and 5 on the high E, 5 on the G, 7 on the high E, 5 on the G, 8 on the A and 8 on the high E, and this is where you want to use your third finger for the A string and your pinky for the high E string. 7 on the D, 5 on the G, 7 on the D again. Okay, nice. Next bar is so this one is pretty similar to one of the ones we've done before. That is a bar on the 3rd fret again, but this time you're going up to the A string. So that's 3 on the A and 3 on the B with the hammer onto 5 on the B, 5 on the G, 6 on the B, 5 on the G again, 3 on the A and 3 on the high E, 5 on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the G again. Okay, next bar is okay, so this one is both half of these bars we've done positions before, so it should be easier for you guys. So that is 1 on the low E and open B with the hammer onto 3 on the B, 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 3 on the D. Then you're moving positions to the bar on the 3rd fret. That's 3 on the D and 3 on the high E with the hammer onto 5 on the high E, 5 on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the G again. So that's okay, so for the whole line we have okay, nice. Next line, next bar. That is okay, so for this one you're using your pinky for the 8th fret. That's open A and 8 on the high E, 5 on the G, 7 on the high E, 5 on the G again, open A and 5 on the high E. And for this part, you want to bring your fingers into an A chord shape. So that is, but it's on the 5th fret. So that is your first finger on. They were on the 5th fret. So that's your first finger on the G, your second finger on the B, and your 3rd finger on the high E. So that's, and then 5 on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the G. Okay, nice. The next bar is so for this one, you're coming off that A chord shape, so you wanna, it's open on the low E and 5 on the high E with a slide to 7 on the high E, open G, open B, open G, then down to open low E and 3 on the high E, open G, open B, open G. Okay, nice. Next bar is okay, for this bar it's 3 on the D and 5 on the high E, 5 on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the G again. Then over here you want to change positions to 8, so that's your second finger on the A string, 8th fret, and your third finger, 8th fret of the high E string. 7 on the D. Then you'll move your third finger down to 7 on the high E. Okay, with that bar, we are finished with the second section of the song, because from bar 12 to bar 19, the song just repeats itself. So I'll go ahead and move on to the next section. That is... So the next bar is... Okay, so that is open A and 7 on the high E, 7 on the A, 7 on the G, 7 on the A again, and then 5 on the G, B, and E strings, all plucked. Okay, so for the whole bar we have okay, next line, next bar. So that's open A, 2 on the D, 2 on the G and open B, 2 on the D, 2 on the G and 1 on the B. Okay, nice, next bar. Okay, so for the first chord, you want to make an A minor shape. So that is your first finger, your second finger on the second fret of the D, your third finger on the second fret of the G, and your first finger on the first fret of the B. This is an A minor chord, but you're not going to use that first finger just yet, you'll use it for the second note of the bar. So for the first chord you have open A, open A, 2 on the D and 2 on the G, 1 on the B. Then you want to change shape. That is open A, 2 on the D, 2 on the G, and 3 on the B. You're plucking 4 strings there, and then open high E. Okay, next bar is just one chord. This is, again, back to a chord we've used before. This is the F chord. That's your first finger on the first fret of the low E, third finger on the third fret of the A, pinky on the third fret of the D, and your second finger on the second fret of the G. So that's 1 on the E, 3 on the A, 3 on the D, and 2 on the G, plucked together. There you go. Next bar. Luckily, this bar is exactly the same as a bar we've previously played in the first section, so that is 3 on the low E and open on the G with a hammer onto 2 on the G, 2 on the A, open D, 1 on the B, 3 on the low E and 3 on the B, open D, open G, 1 on the high E with a hammer onto 3 on the high E, okay, nice. So for this line we have Alright, nice. Next line, next bar. Oops, let me just play that bar again. So that is use your second finger for the 3rd fret. That is 3 on the A and open high E, 2 on the D, open G, 2 on the D again, then open B with a hammer on to 1 on the B, open B again, open high E, 3 on the E, high E. Okay, next bar. Okay, so this is another bar we've done before in the first section. So that is your barring over the 3rd fret up to the D. That is 3 on the D and 3 on the high E with the hammer on to 5 on the high E, 5 on the G, 5 on the B, 5 on the G again, 3 on the B, 3 on the high E, and open high E. Alright, nice. Next bar. This one should feel familiar also. So that's open A and 3 on the B with a slide to 5 on the B, use your pinky. 2 on the D, 3 on the B, 2 on the D again, 5 on the G. Okay, next bar is okay, so that is 1 on the low E and open B with the hammer on to 3 on the B. Use your pinky for the hammer on. 3 on the D, 2 on the G, open high E, 3 on the low E and open B, open D, open G, 1 on the B. Okay, so for this line we have Alright, nice, only one line left to go. So for the next line, for the first bar, it's whoops. Back to the F chord position. So just to remind you, that is first finger on the 1st fret of the low E, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A, pinky on the 3rd fret of the D, and your 2nd finger 2nd fret of the G. So that's that's 1 on the low E and 2 on the G, 3 on the A, 2 on the G again, 3 on the D, 1 on the B, 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 3 on the D again. Next bar is it's the same position, is pretty much identical, just a slight difference in the first note. So that's 1 on the low E, 3 on the A, 2 on the G, 3 on the D, 1 on the B, 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 3 on the D. Okay, next bar is you're changing position here. So that is, you want to keep your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D, your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the G, and your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B. So that is that's open A, open D, open G. Sorry, that's open A, open, sorry, 2 on the D, 2 on the G, 2 on the D again, 1 on the B, 2 on the D, 2 on the G, 2 on the D. Okay, now it's only 1 bar left, so this is your, okay. You're in the same position, this is what I wanted to say, you're in the same position, and but except you're lifting that first finger off of the B string now, so that is open A and 2 on the G together, 2 on the D, 2 on the G, open B, bring your first finger back to the first fret of the B, and it's just a strum on, so that's open A, 2 on the D, 2 on the G, 1 on the B, and open high E. And okay guys, just like that, the Shirohae tutorial is complete. I just want to say thank you so much for all the support you've given us, and that really does just keep us going, making more videos and that kind of thing, you know. And a quick thing that I want to say is, like I said, this is my first tutorial, and so, you know, hopefully I'll improve in the future with more tutorials I do on this channel. So, oh, and by the way, another thing to note is that we do take all tutorials into account, so, but the way we prioritize it is that we do it in terms of whether or not we watch the anime. So that's why you'll probably see a lot more Fairy Tail and Naruto covers in the future, and also tutorials of them. And but that being said, don't be afraid to just let us know about requests. So if you have any requests, just drop them down in the comments below, because we definitely look at all of them, and we definitely just take them all into consideration. So you never know when we might pop a tutorial just like that. So definitely do leave them down below. We do read them. We do read all of them. And yeah, I just want to say thanks again. And let me just see here. Yeah, like always, if you found the video helpful, just leave a like, comment, subscribe, and also if you could share the video, because that really does help us a ton. You've seen our Mirror Jane video, that one did insane, and that's all thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, remember to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to keep up to date with all the things we're doing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys liked the video. This is a really fun song to play and learn. I really enjoyed doing it, and so hopefully you guys enjoy it too. And thanks as much as always. Thanks as much as always, guys. We'll see you next week in our next video. See you soon.